what's good, y'all? Fusion here, back another video. And today we're talking about Klay Thompson and his return. It looks like he may be returning on Sunday against the Cavs. And I want to talk about exactly what is going to happen, in my opinion, of when he comes back and how he will just overall just change this already great Warriors team and just adding another great player to this team will just be great, awesome, or whatever. All right, now let's go ahead and get started. Klay Thompson, for those of you who don't know, one of the first people on the Golden State Warriors to make this great Golden State team. I was part of like the dynasty a couple years back. He got hurt actually twice. He had a knee injury in the playoffs against the the Rockets, if I'm not mistaken. Was it the Rockets or was it the Raptors? One of them, anyway. He got hurt. He was out for the season, and then while he was in rehab, he hurt his knee. His Achilles, and he has been out ever since. His 2018-19 stats of 21.5 points a game, about 4 rebounds, and almost 3 assists a game. Um, for that Warriors team, he was one of the defensive stoppers, having to guard one of their main one of their main offensive players. Especially being a 6'6" shooting guard, he would have to match up with small forwards and like the two guard as well. So that is what he did bring to that team. Obviously, he was out, but now he'll be back most likely on Sunday. And I'm just going to talk about what he will bring again to this team. With a knee injury and an Achilles injury in back-to-back years, it's not really going to change the way he plays. Everyone else who had those type of injuries, like Kobe, rest in peace, um, D Rose as well, Sean Livingston, those type of players are all, well, not so much Kobe, but were high flyers and pretty ball dominant players. So they did have to do quite a bit of the dribbling, quite a bit of the scoring, and all of that cool stuff there. Now, luckily with Klay Thompson, how he plays the game, he is not really. He doesn't take a lot of dribbles to score his baskets. He is a 3-point shooter, marksman first. Arguably the best looking jump shot ever. Pretty technical as well as how he shoots the ball. It is very how you were taught like to actually shoot the ball. So it is very, very technical. And it's not a lot of him having to use his legs as much. Um, Really, like the only thing that may change early on is his defense. I think that's gonna have to change to a certain extent, until he gets his legs back under him and back used to playing those games. He has been doing, like 5-on-5s and that kind of stuff, but everybody knows game time situations are completely different than practice and all of that other jazz there. But I really don't think his game will suffer. Again, as like I stated earlier, he is not really a ball dominant player himself. He plays great off of the ball, probably one of the best off ball players in the league. Um, his shooting is impeccable. He knows how to get to his spot, and he knows how to go, and he knows how to come off of screens as well. So that makes him not have to work as hard as those other players, such as Kobe and and D Rose, who are more needing the ball in their hands and all that other stuff there. As well, um, he has Steph Curry on his team and Draymond Green. Um, so those two players know how to get Klay to not have to dribble the ball as much. I think he scored, it was 36 or 38 in the third quarter, where he only took a couple dribbles. And that just tells you exactly what type of player he is. He's not needing to be that mobile. So I don't think this is really going to affect him as much. But just defensively, it may need some time for him to get that back under. Luckily, he's playing like the Cavs, so he should have a pretty good game to see exactly what he can do, and see exactly if he's at 100%. And well, Steve Kerr can also give him just a few minutes here and there to get him back to how great of a player he he was and still is, most likely. But how this is going to change the Warriors? All it is going to add another great shooter on that team, great scorer on their team. Um, Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole, those players played great this whole season. So that let Klay Thompson take his time to really come back, because I'm sure he would have tried to rush if they weren't playing as well. But they're playing perfect. Um, Again, he can start. He can start the game like playing. Start him like coming back, almost playing like just 20 minutes, and then making his way up back to how he was playing, almost 40 minutes a game, because like they have enough players to, well, enough consistent scorers and shooters and players to have him not have to put in a lot of his energy, and so he won't have to play all the time. Um, but again, you're just adding another great shooter to this already great shooting team. And with Draymond Green, how he plays, he can get Klay Thompson easy buckets early, and after that, once Klay Thompson sees the ball go into the hoop one or two times, then it's over. He's just one of those players. He's almost like what J.R. Smith was back in the day. It just has a torch. Just hit one or two shots, and that's, he's not gonna miss ever. But I'm really excited to see him play, and I'm really excited for this Warriors team. I love watching them play because they play basketball as it should be, if that makes sense. A lot of ball movement, a lot of passing, cutting screens, and all of that stuff, and just adding someone who was bred off of that and plays well off of that. Man, I think this team is going to be really, really good once he does come back. But that's really all. Just a little quick video for you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.